Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and this is video number 9. And as promised on video number 8, today we're going to be creating a table assignment together. And then this has 20 questions. It's quite lengthy, so we're going to break it down into a few portions, and we're going to do what we can for this video. And we'll just before I do so, though, I just wanted to I'm going to mention something. Actually, for this question, I'm going to leave question number 1 to up to 20, and I will copy paste it in the description area, and you can get it from there. When you're transporting those questions to your management studio, as you can see here, it's all commented out for me. I didn't have to manually do it. If you want to manually do it, you just have to do 2 dashes, and then you have to cut and paste the questions one by one. As you can see, this is very lengthy assignment, so you just don't want to do that for everything here. So what you need to do is you would highlight it from the description area, all the questions 1 to 20, and then bring it over here, highlight and copy, and then bring it to your management studio, paste, and you can also select this button right here, if you can see it, this one here, right here, and you can press it, and then it would comment everything out for you. Like you can see on my screen, it's all commented out. I didn't have to manually do it. So I just wanted to tell you that beforehand. And okay, now we're just going to move on to the assignment, and we're going to create. So let's assume this is our business rule or business specification, because this is what the customer wants us to design. They want the database to be named USA Grocery Store, so we're going to be creating that database for them. So like we covered how to write a query to create a database is we're using the master, and in master, okay, and we're telling a master to go create database, and we want to name it USA Grocery Store, and this is all you need to do to create a database. And then highlight and execute, or F5 does the same too, function 5. Okay, so I went through, it's created now. We have USA Grocery Store for a database. Next, what they want is they want this database to have these things. I'm sorry, my mouse is super active today. So this is what they want. We can actually create this together, so we can do it together. Okay, so they want us to, oh no, we're ahead of ourselves. We're on question number 2. Okay, question number 2, the customer wants us to create a table in the USA Grocery Store database with the following design. So they want the table to be named customer. So they want a customer table, and then they want the column names, customer ID, last name, first name, address, zip code, and state. And they also gave us what data type they want, and the data size, and also the null options. So it's very it makes it easier for us. We just have to plug it everything. So now we're using the database, right? We created, so use USA Grocery Store, go, and now we are creating a table. So create table, So we're creating table named customer. Okay, and in this customer, we want to put all these information they want us to put in. The column name, the data type, and etc. So this is what we need to do. We have to leave open parentheses. We're going to open the parentheses, and inside the parentheses, we're going to put all these requirements that we have. So this is our business rule. So they want us to have a customer ID. So we're just going to copy customer ID is int and also not null. So copy, I'll just put in customer int and not null. If you remember from last video, we know what not null is. So customer ID can never be left blank, or it could, always would have a value, and it's also an integer number. Okay, so the second one is last name and varchar, and they gave us 40 is the data size. So we're gonna copy and paste, or we can type it in, whatever is easier for you. But make sure you put these in parentheses. The data size always in parentheses, and also to separate the columns, you have to use a comma. So, customer ID is, column name. So there's a comma to separate the two. Alright, so the next one they want is last name. They want last name to have varchar a 40 value and not null. We already have that. We're copying the first name. Okay, so copy. And let's just paste. And I don't like the space because I used tab to separate it so you can see better. But it looks messy when you're just copying and not erasing the. Okay, so remember the values, the data size, always in parentheses, and columns are separated by a comma. Okay, so now the next value they want us is address. They want address and varchar 40 null. Okay, so you know what a null is from last video, right? Null is, it could be left blank, so pretty much that's what it means. Or it could not have a value. That's what comes down to. If it's a null, then it could be left blank, or might not have a value. So okay, now remember the parentheses for the data size, and separate the columns with a comma. And you always have to enclose, whatever you're putting in the customer table. So always open the parenthesis, and then when you're done, you're going to close the parentheses, or else you're going to get an error and you're going to find out why. Okay, so now address, and now we're getting there. Okay, oops, didn't mean to do that. And undo is right here. Okay, and okay, get rid of the space. Alright, and last one is the state. State is car, that's a character, so usually 2 characters, so that's what we are going to put. Copy, and let's paste it over here. Okay, so make sure you put the data size between the parentheses, and this is not null, so it would have a value because the customer wants you to have a value. So the last one doesn't need a comma, and I think this is all they need. We just double check. We have customer ID, last name, first name, and we have the address, the zip code, and the state. So it looks like we are done. We close our parentheses, we highlight everything, and So once you highlight everything, you execute and you will get a command completed successfully. So that means this table is created. To check on that, we can go to our database in our Object Explorer, open our database. Let me show you if you can see mine. I'm looking for grocery store. AB. We have. What was our? Yeah, it's getting late. Okay, so I just have to refresh it. Sometimes it doesn't show up, so you just have to refresh and look for it again. There it is. Okay, we have our grocery store, and let's check our table. Our table is customer, so let's see, there it is. And you see it, dbo.customer, that's our table that we just created. If you want to see the value, what you need to do is just write a simple statement, and you can say select. Oops. We don't want to do that. Okay. All I want to do is write the simple statement. Select all. All is for asterisk, and then select all from student. Actually, that's not we have customer. Yep, customer. So let's see what we got. Yep, this is what we have. See, all the columns are in. We just don't have a value. If you can see, customer ID, last name, first name, address, zip code, and state. So we are set. It's all, the columns are designed. Now we just need to worry about inputting data into them. Okay, so the third question is they want us to put these data information for the customer table. So they have all this records that we need to input. So to do that, we have, remember from the last few videos, we covered insert and value statement. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use customers, use customer, and insert. We're going to insert customer ID, last name, first name, address, zip code, and state. Okay. So to write insert statement, ooh-wee. Yeah, super sensitive. I'm sorry, guys. Taking too long for me to kind of. Okay, so customer ID and actually it's easier for us to copy from the first one here. No. See, this tells you it's getting late. It's getting late for me. Okay, so this is what we needed to. So just to make life easier, instead of typing the whole thing, already done so. So this is and then our values would be values. This is our values. have to write values into, and then we're just gonna add these. I'll separate them by comma, comma, and the thing about inserting a value, you have to put a single quotations guys. I apologize, I made the screen white for you so you can see, but it's becoming very difficult, so I'm just gonna reduce it a bit so I'll be able to navigate better. So I don't know if it's too small. I hope it's not. Let me lower this up a little bit. It gives us a little bit of open space. Okay. Yeah, so this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And okay, so this is the value we're putting into these tables, and alright, let's just put single quotations. Single quotations. Yep. And we can try one. Let's see. So see, as you can see here, it says incorrect syntax near 42. Okay, 42 be here. Insert into values. Okay, let's try it again. Yeah, I'm not sure what is going on. Okay, not now. Let's find what's wrong. Addresses for a car. So somewhere here we're making, okay, use customer, go insert values. I don't know what's going on, but okay, I don't know. Oh. Let's try it one more time. Now it's giving us a table. Okay. Yeah, we have customer ID. So I have to write values into, and then we're just gonna add these. I'll separate them by comma, comma, And the thing about inserting a value, you have to put a single quotations. Guys, I apologize. I made the screen white for you so you can see, but it's becoming very difficult, so I'm just gonna reduce it a bit so I'll be able to navigate better. So I don't know if it's too small. I hope it's not. Let me lower this up a little bit. It gives us a little bit of open space. Okay. Yeah, so this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And okay. So this is the value we're putting into these tables, and alright, let's just put single quotations. Single quotations. Yep. And we can try one. Let's see. So see, as you can see here, it says incorrect syntax near 42. Okay, 42 be here. Insert into values. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, so we're getting errors, so let's try to fix this error together. So we're looking for use table customer. We're using customer, and we're going and inserting into customer ID. We already have this. Maybe we should remove this. Or just one customer ID, last name, and the first name, and address, and the zip code, and the state. Okay, so now we can just close everything. It's easier for us to see, and we have single quotations for everything we have for our values, and yeah, that's what we need to do. Yeah, insert into. That's what. See what we did wrong now. I forgot to put the table numbers. Kind of confused though where to put these things. That's what's happening. And we also forgot to put the database. So it's confused of what we're asking it to do. So we have to make sure we put use the database. Now database is ABC, right? And no, it's ABC grocery base. It's where is USA? There it is. We're inserting customer, and you know we have to separate these by comma, and we don't have to write values over and over again, but if you do, that's fine, but we don't need to, and you just need to put the values they want. Since they want a lot of these values, we can just go ahead and copy them, and Yeah, I apologize. Today, for some reason, the mouse is overactive and it's just too fast for me. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and paste these, and then, make sure you put a comma, parentheses, and single quotations. That's quite a lot of work, a lot of practice for us, which is very good. Comma, and make sure you put single quotations, and this is the only way it can be read, or it can be inserted, or else it's going to give us an error, and then we can also go back and see what we're missing. So lining it up like this, it helps, because that way you can see actually, and sometimes you even forget a value, and then if you have mismatched value, then it would give you an error. Okay, so yep, we're just going to, it's a bit lengthy, and okay, so we're just gonna do all these. Don't forget the comma in between them. For now, we're just going to do 3. I'll let you do the rest. Like I said, I'll be posting these questions under the description, and hopefully it would allow me. If not, I would see if I can send an attachment to you if you request it. Okay, so we're just going to try this out and see if it can take our values. So going over what we did, we use our database to go and insert into our table, customer, and all these values that we want. All these are the columns we created earlier, and these are the values that the customer wants to hold in those columns. And so that's what we're going to do, and we're going to run it. See, we just caught an error. We forgot a comma, so make sure you get everything here. See, single quotation and comma, I forgot. It would give us an error. Definitely would give us an error when we miss the single quotation and the comma. Commas, I prefer doing the comma in here in front so that I know I'm not missing out on any. And here that we forgot a comma, and that's why. Okay, so let's just run it and see if we get it to run. Okay, so we're getting an error, and this time the error is different. It says the number of column for each row in the table value constructor must be the same. So what it's telling us is something is wrong. We're missing something here that we're supposed to have. So let's do this. Now this is our value and this is our column, right? So let's do this and line them up and see what is SQL talking about. Okay, now we see customer ID, and we see the last name. Yeah, we have the last name here, and also we have the first name. The address is here. Address is here. Okay, here, this is what's wrong. See it? Do you see it? See, we're missing a single quotation and also a comma, and that's why it couldn't, it's not be able to match, and it doesn't know what to do with this value here, because it didn't have a single quotation, nor does it have a comma. So it didn't know how to read it. So this is why it's better to line it up neatly like this. Actually, this is not because of those the spaces we had earlier because we were copying and pasting. Here, see, we caught another error. Look at this. See, it didn't have the single quotation is after, before the comma, not after. So that would error too. Okay, so it looks like I think we covered our bases now, and let's run it and see if it goes through. And let's line this up too, and we can run it all together. Okay, let's see if we can catch any error before we run it. And okay, and I can tell you doing these things is not fun, especially inserting values like this for this assignment. I'm sure it's not fun, but let's see if it goes through. Execute. Okay, so now it's still giving us a problem. It's giving us now the, let's read what the error is. Okay. Oh, actually, it looks like it went through. It looks like it went through. Yeah. Yeah, it went through. Yeah. Yep. It went through completion time. Yep. Okay, so let's move on and do, I mean, you guys can do this. We just have to copy and paste and just do it like this and run it. And so let's go to the next question. The next question is telling us, okay, now they want us to create a table in the same database you created above the following design. And okay, so this question pretty much asking us to, let's see if I could let's make this bigger. Okay, yeah, see, it's a lot. Okay, so name constraint, employee ID, first name is this, and last name, manager ID. So we're creating another table with the name employee. So we're creating a table. So use okay, USA grocery store is what our database is. Again, if you can't really see mine, I'm going to have to make this a little bit smaller for you. You can see, oh, it's too small for you. I apologize. But somehow you can't really see the whole screen if I, expand it a bit, but it's important that you see everything here. Okay, so we're writing USA grocery store, go, creating table. We're going to name it employee. That's what they want us to do. So, all right, and in that table, we have requirements. They want the column name to include employee ID. This is what they want. So, they told us employee ID is always a number, and they said null, so it could be blank. It doesn't make sense, but we'll do what they told us to do. So we're just going to write emp ID. This is what they want. Int null, and first name is varchar, and they want the data size to be 40, so we'll just do what we are told. Last name is 40. Oh, actually varchar, and the same as the first name. And they want, this is what I'm looking at. If here, see, this is the spec. This is what they want. So this is what they're asking for. and they want a column name manager ID with numbers and null. Okay, null value. And they want a title varchar 30, not null. So the title, they don't want it to be left blank. It's always to be completed. So date of birth is they want varchar of 20. Okay, 20, null. And also they want, what else do they want? Let's go to the next one. And home, okay, date of birth, and then we're right here. We're right here. Home phone. Home phone is varchar 40. Alright, and always separate with commas, you can see. And cell phone, varchar 20. And then they want a null value. Okay, and then work phone. Work phone is varchar 20. And on social security number, varchar 20. Alright, and null. Oh wow, I have a lot of null values. Okay, so this is it. This is pretty much what they want. Home phone. And let's just highlight it and run it. Near 20. Huh? Incorrect syntax. Near 69. Okay. Alright, let's go over. Okay, so it's giving us an error of incorrect syntax near 20. Oh, actually, it's 69. Line 69 is over here. Okay, so where is 20? Here. See, this is what the error is. Date of birth, varchar, that shouldn't be there. That, single bracket, it shouldn't be there. And that's why. So the good thing about this error message is so helpful. It will give you the exact, here if you can see, let me make it a little bigger so you can see. As you can see here, it gives you the line where the error is happening. And it would even give you, see, it gave me where the 20 is. There's something going on here. There's a syntax near the 20 is what it said. And I went to where the 20 was. And there was a bracket that was left there. So now let's just highlight and run it again. Now it's completed successfully. So we now have employee table. So this is, we satisfied this. This is question 4. We'll do one more, and then in the next video, we're going to do at least 5 more. So this is the 5th. Hopefully, we're learning. You'll be able to see the errors as it comes. So this has been, I hope this has been helpful. So that way, you can learn how to read your error message here and be able to fix the problem. So let's do this one. So now they want us to populate the data for the table. Okay, so for the table that we just created, actually we can, what we can do? We can see how many columns this table would have. So remember, we are writing the select all statement to call everything that we have in that table. Select all from employee. We always have to from. So we do this and run it. And this is what we have designed, right? This is what we have. We have all the columns So we just need to input this in there. So we're just going to, that means we're going to write a value and insert statement like we did before. So this is a practice. This is good, right? So, you know, you do it twice, then you're going to learn more and you get your errors and you'll be able to diagnose your errors, which is so helpful. In the long run, you know when you see the errors, then you know where to go. Okay, so now we write this. We're using employee. No, actually we're using the database USA grocery store. I keep forgetting what the name of the database is used. And go. No, we're not creating. We're inserting. Insert into. And then we want to name our table employee, and then open parentheses, and what we need is this information here, emp ID. See, it populates it for us. Let's see. All you have to do with this one is that as you're typing it, see, as this is what you see. And the second one is last name, right? When you type L, it will pull it up for you, see? And if you wanted to select the one that's in the box, all you have to do is hit the tab, and that's it. And then the next one is manager. So see, it's right there in the box, so hit the tab. And next one is title, and hit the tab, comma, don't forget the comma, and then date of birth, comma, and then we have home, comma, and cell phone, a comma, and work phone, tab and comma. Okay, and then now we have socials. Okay, I misspelled it. So to correct a table, I know we covered that. We can alter a table at any time. If, you know, for instance, instead of SSN, I put in SSS and an extra S. So to correct that, I will have to alter the table and put the correct information in there and run it. So it's simple to fix. So now we're inserting into, and then we're going to put values. So our values are as follows. Remember, with values, we have to do single quotations for our values. And yeah, this mouse is going crazy. Maybe it's tired, like I am. Okay, guys, so we're almost done. We'll just, you know, we'll do, let's see, we'll do, as you can see here, you know, it's doesn't have here. And also when we wrote our table, remember when we code the table, there was null values. And so this will be fine when we leave it blank. It will be fine, because if it's a null value, you can always is telling the table that it could be without the value. Doesn't necessarily have to, you know, have a value. But if it was not null, then it's going to give us an error definitely. So this, and then we'll have to alter and then change it. So let's go ahead and insert these two values here, and then you can do the rest on your own. Okay, so now single quotations and comma, don't forget that, and single quotations, oops, yeah, single quotations and comma, and another, keep going. Keep going. It's better to just work slowly than, you know, being too fast and then making a lot of mistakes. Then you have to do the things you have to do over and over again, altering and all that. So it's suggested to just work slowly. Especially when you're doing these assignments, there's too much of these you need to put in. Okay, so now the next value, we don't have to write the value statement. Instead, we can just put that, but before we put the parentheses, we have to separate these two values with a comma. And I prefer to do the commas here, but you can also do it here. You know, you can do it right here and here. You know, we can put one comma here instead of putting it here, but I prefer doing mine right here. So it's your own preference, whatever it feels like, you know. And then the last one doesn't have to have a comma. Okay, so there you go. Now, single quotation, comma, single quotation, and comma. Okay. All right. And single quotations, comma. Yeah, see, forgot the comma. Yep, it could be forgotten if you're working with these, you know. It seems like this assignment has a lot of data to put in. Just gives you good practice on writing insert into statements. It's a good practice. Okay. Oh. Yep. Okay. Now we'll just, oops. Let's go ahead and run this. And this is what will conclude our video. And if we get an error, we'll fix it together. And then next video we're gonna, okay, so now let's just execute. Alright, so there are more columns in the insert statement than values specified in the value clause. The number of values in the values clause must match the number of columns specified in the insert statement. Okay, so what is telling us here, remember I said there was two missing phone numbers here? Okay, so that's what it's saying. It's saying that there's, you know, this, what should I do? Like there's this information here and I don't know what to do with it, and that's what it's saying. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, so these are the two columns that there is we can just add. Okay, and there's another one here missing. Okay, let's try this. Let's just the space for the blank space. So 2 rows affected. So it created us it inserted the statement in there. So let's just check it. Let's do a select all statement from employee is our table, right? So let's just see what's been inputted in there. Okay, so this is what it has. See, put everything in there, and it just, you know, this is blank like is. It's blank here too. So that's it for now. And next video we're gonna do these 6 to 10, or we can actually complete them. It'll be a lengthy video, but at least, you know, you get more practice on this, creating tables, inserting, deleting, and so on. and also writing select statements. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching, and I hope this video was helpful to you. And in the next video, we're gonna, do the same thing. We're gonna write, queries for the tables and retrieving and so on. All right, thank you for watching, and make sure you get your questions from the description area. Thanks.